即係如果我哋停會。
Well, if it reaches the 5 minute that I mentioned, and if Mr. Frankie Yik and Mr. Low are not here, then we'll continue. Let's continue now then. Dr. Chan, but that's in relation to the wooden board. Apart from liaising directly with producers, asking them not to send the material to landfills and instead send it elsewhere. In the Lam Tay transfer station, we received a certain amount of wooden boards. We have liaised with those who send wooden boards to Lam Tay. We asked them not to send them to Lam Tay. We asked them to take them directly to recyclers at the Eco Park, and that's something that is done recently. In the Western Transfer Station, indeed, over 100 tons of wooden boards is taken there. We use barges to take them to the cyclists. We asked the producers to just take them directly to the Tuen Mun Pier so that to save them a journey. We are in the process of liaising with them. The recycler can handle about 30 tons of wooden materials. Please switch on Mr. Chan's microphone. Of course, I welcome your work. Let's give us a deadline, because we've been talking about this for a year. Let's say maybe within this month, before the Chinese New Year, you will sort everything out. Sort out the logistics. And let's see if we'll come back after the Chinese New Year to something completely different, because if you have all the supporting measures in place, you keep appealing to them and they can simply ignore you. Maybe they just listen to you for a month or two, and afterwards they just revert to their old ways by taking the material to landfill. You have to send out a clear message that if you do not listen to our appeal, we will legislate. In relation to retrofitting of refuse collecting vehicles, RCVs, we see that there are some enhancement measures to have put in place, say, for example, computer transaction system. Well, the work has to be completed at the beginning of 2015. Is that right? How is it now? For the Sha Tin transfer station, there needs to be some kind of enhancement work, because the station serves only the government and contractors, not private handlers. So we need to revamp the service before they can serve private recyclers starting on the 1st of March. The Sha Tin station itself needs to be renovated. On top of that, in relation to the renovation, how long will it take? Yesterday we went to subcommittee under the Sha Tin District Council to explain about the renovation project. We hope that the tender exercise will start in the middle of this year. It's a continuation of an existing term, because the existing one is the tenure is about 10 years. We need to change a lot of things, say for example the ventilation system, etc. May I add that we need funding approval from the PWSC and the FC. I hope members will support us. Next, Mr. Frankie Yik. In relation to the completion date of retrofitting of RCVs, if you say that the new measure will be in place on the 1st of March, I think that will be done. What I'm concerned is about something that comes later. You have plans to announce the implementation of the second phase in the second half of the year. That is, SENT landfill will not receive domestic waste anymore, or municipal solid waste. Normally, a contract of waste collection lasts about 1 or 2 years. So from discussions with the trade, are you quite sure that before the end of this year, contracts can be amended? Because we're talking about cost or fees implications. We've set up a working group with the trade with regular meetings. In the working group, we've on a number of occasions reminded the trade that at the end of the year, the new measure will be put in place. Dr. Chan, we closely liaise with the trade, and they know that if the approval for extension of NENT landfill is endorsed, because at that time we did not know whether it will be endorsed. Now that it is endorsed, but in a week or two we will tell them that the approval is given, and we will urge them to speed up discussion with their clients to amend the contract. We know that they will need time to change the route, so the change cannot be instant. The FEHD will take the first step to release capacity of transfer stations so that private ones can use them, because we don't want to put too much waste that is at these stations. But at this time we don't have the specifics yet. It would be easier if it involves your own department, but when it comes to individual operators or buildings, if they have to vary existing contracts or change contracts, it's not just about fees. It's not simple as that. And sometimes if you ask the owners committee to call a meeting, there will be difficulties. I don't know, because there is fees implication, sometimes more meetings has to be convened. I'm concerned about this, because in the trade, some of them just rely on one single vehicle in the running of the business.
Well, we do not handle this time because we need to get prepared first. Rest assured, we will continue to communicate with each operators. We have set a target for them. We have said that depending on the progress and the discussion, we would like to go back to the environmental panel before we proceed to Gazetto. We have had meetings involving different stakeholders. We hope the public will be provided with certain information saying that the regulation is going to be implemented, and we hope that the building managers would cooperate. We need to do things to speed up the process, because people do want to see the early implementation of not accepting MSW in SC's anti-landfill. Well, look, I also want to say something about the wooden boards. It seems from the paper that you have identified certain major sources of wooden boards, such as Hong Kong CEC. I don't support legislating lightly, but at least you should do something administrative to make sure that such materials are sorted so that they will not be sent to landfills and they will be sent to the eco park. Thank you for your question on wooden boards. Yes, we have identified a number of major producers. Some are transportation service providers, and some are actual producers, but they do not transport the boards themselves. If the boards are not sent to a nearby landfill but to Tuen Mun, it may be a bit more costly. Our secretary has written to these logistic service providers, asking them to taking up corporate social responsibility. Some have responded quite warmly, but of course we don't have 100% response. And we have told them that it would be good for their corporate image if they send such boards to a recycler. We are now collecting such boards at West Kowloon, and then they will be shipped to the Nim Wan, and then the boards will be turned over to the recycler. So the logistics service providers don't have to send the material to Twin Moon. This is a win-win situation. We'll continue to work on this. Well, this is of course good if people cooperate. You have written to the logistics companies. What about the chambers of commerce and trade associations? Can you please also talk to such trade associations? Further questions? Then returning to my previous question. According to the information from the government, you are going to reorganize the routes. There will be rerouting, and there will be the retrofitting of RCV equipment. You have not reached 100%, and very soon we are going to have the Chinese New Year holidays. And you have to take into account the breaks that the RCV, the workers will need to take. So are you confident that you can complete this by or before the 1st of March? If not, what are you going to do to help these waste collectors to handle the new system? Do you have any measures to help them? At present, 22 would have the retrofitting completed in the coming months. I can give members more information in writing later. I'm confident that the 22 RCVs can be retrofitted in good time. As for rerouting, we're working on it, but it's not affected by the commencement notices. First, we are going to lower the fees for the refuse transfer station. It's got nothing to do with the rerouting. Second is about the opening up the Sha Tin transfer refuse station to private waste collectors. And again, this is not related to the reorganization carried out by the FEHD. And then thirdly, it's about the retrofitting and upgrading of RCVs. The rerouting cannot be completed before the 1st of March. It will be completed sometime in mid-2015. At the end of this year, when MSW will no longer be accepted in SENT, at the end of this year, then the rerouting will be implemented. And then we will have to publish a commencement notice. I can give members more information on the progress of rerouting. It is the 9th of January, and then there are 30 days or so before we reach the 28th of February. And then it has to do with when you are going to stop accepting MSW at Jiangguannou landfill. If you do things quicker on this end, you can implement it quicker. What's the progress of rerouting so far? Well, actually, the date for the upgrading of RCV is the 1st of April. The opening up of Sha Tin RTS is 1st of March. Well, according to the FEHD, they will be able to complete their reorganization and rerouting in the middle of this year. And after the capacity is released, then private collectors may not take up all the capacity immediately. They will be doing so gradually over the coming months. It's not that after the FEHD reorganization and rerouting, the private RCVs will be going there the next day. We are now encouraging private collectors to go there now, and it's hoped that gradually by the end of the year, all the RCV will be upgraded and retrofitted, and then the impact of the new system will be as minimum as possible. All right, if there's no further question, ask the Secretary to brief us on the timetable. The 2 commencement notices will have their scrutiny period end on the 14th of January. And we have to submit a report to the House Committee. But if it's extended, we'll have time to do that. We can submit a subcommittee report to the House Committee. We can move a resolution on the 14th of January so that the period can be extended to the 4th of February. We have completed the scrutiny, but we need time to compile the report, and we have to give our report to the government to see if they want to propose amendments. We need time to complete this, and therefore we need to ask for an extension. We are prepared that we will speak on this on the 4th of February at the Council meeting. Well, if we look at Annex A and Annex B, you can see the 2 commencement notices. Mr. Chen, maybe you can quickly walk us through the notices, just for the sake of formality. Is the bell ringing? Yes, so please do it quickly. Annex A. There are 2 notices. The first one, Waste Disposal Designated Waste Disposal Facility Amendment Regulation 2013, Commencement Notice 2014, under Section 1 of the Waste Disposal Designated Waste Disposal Facility Amendment Regulation 2013, Legal Notice 188 of 2013. I appoint 1st of April 2015 as the day on which the regulation except for Section 3 and 7 comes into operation. The next one is the Waste Disposal Refuse Transfer Station. You said Section 9, except Section 9. It should be except Sections 3 and 7. Sorry for that. It's except Sections 3 and 7. The next one, Waste Disposal Refuse Transfer Station Amendment Regulation 2030 Commencement Notice. Under Section 1 of the Waste Disposal Refuse Transfer Station Amendment Regulation 2030 Legal Notice 189 of 2013, I appoint the 1st of March as day on which the regulation comes into operation. Any further questions? If not, then the scrutiny is completed. Thank you all.